sides to. It's like a hybrid strat. You have Huskar because the enemy doesn't really have that great of heroes of dealing with him, but you don't build the draft around the Huskar. So we'll see how Fnatic executes their draft, and for Vici, they have to get a hero that can deal with the Huskar. The first three heroes, I mean, Riki is okay with the smoke cloud, and you deal physical damage with your backstab. Juggernaut's fine too, but they don't have a hero that can deal with the Huskar very well, like a AA or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, once Huskar was picked up, there were already 2 supports on the board, so they can't respond with those very, anti-regen supports. So VGR going into the last pick, definitely taking their time. Fnatic ban out the Tinker against them, so I guess they're anticipating this being a safe lane jug, and VGR still looking for a mid laner.
Yeah, Tinker would be a pretty decent counter against Huskar because you do pure damage with the laser, and it's very difficult for Huskar to find you, because the way you want to play around Huskar is you want to stay out of distance, so he can't really use his burning spears to hit you and to get lifesteal. And Tinker's a very long range hero. You deal damage from a good amount of distance, and Huskar can't touch you, so it's a very good hero to deal with Huskar.
Alright, I mean, they're definitely taking down into their reserve time here. We talked about Fnatic's kind of split power peaks. You're going to have the next assassin who wants to sit back and wait for his level 6 and his blink, and you're going to have the Huskar that just comes out of the gate charging. Remaining. What are Fnatic looking to do in terms of when they start grouping up and pushing?
5 seconds remaining.
Like I said, they have to get to their timings. They get the amulet first, and Abaddon needs a lot of levels. And Vici are gonna go for the lifestealer, which is really good with we said this a lot earlier. It's very good with the Bat Rider. It's very good against the Nyx. It's just a pretty good hero to bring their draft together. Good physical damage against the Huskar as well. I mean, overall, just a very well balanced lineup right now for Vici. They have a pretty good solution towards the Huskar. But then again, Huskar is not the only hero that they have to deal with. There's a Slug as well, and they have a pretty good set of heroes to deal with the Slug. Mana Leak plus the smoke screen is very good against Slug.
Yeah, I mean, how do you expect the Keeper of the Light to build? Do you want him to prioritize that Mana Leak, or go for that Illuminate to really be able to clear out the lanes?
No, it just depends on the situation. Like, as long as he gets enough levels, you should have all your spells. Like, Mana Leak has a really good value point at level 1. It's still very good at 1 point. I don't think you need to specifically plan that, oh hi, I have to get more points in Mana Leak this game. It always depends on how the game is flowing and what do you need at a certain point of position. If Fnatic is pushing a lot earlier, you need more points in Illuminate. So it always changes depending on the game.
Alright, we've got FY rotating in nice and deep there. He's got himself 2 sentries, 2 observers. He's going to be going in, plopping this ward just to make sure he has vision and is going to be able to block the small camp there. Walking around, we'll see if the Radiant are going to get any sense of where he's at. I mean, they probably know that the Ricky's somewhere. There's going to be a couple pings plopping around as Juggernaut goes and tries to show himself to the high ground, but for now, just a bit of a calm early game. Mushi sitting around. He's got himself lots of regen, anticipating taking lots of damage.
Sorry, my settings are wrong. I didn't check the settings. I can't move my screen. Hang on. H pen.
There you
okay.
go.
Nice. Couldn't find the H pen.
Use those arrow keys, Winter. Come on.
I like my H pen, but right now, so Mushi is gonna be on the Huskar. This is something new for Mushi. I don't think I remember seeing him play the hero. But, you know, sometimes desperate situations require desperate measures.
FY was sitting on the rune trying to camp it and snipe it, but DJ's able to go and grab it for himself. And, I mean, he's already got the bottle, so sitting on a little bit of extra gold.
So mid Huskar with a balance supporting him against a Jug. And Coddle as well. Coddle's gonna be mid. But what's going on with the mid lane nowadays is always
Dude, we're
so
gonna get
heroes.
try on try mid soon enough. This is nuts.
This lane is definitely a pretty good lane for Huskar. The Jug might have to get a healing ward at level 2 to deal with the harass that Huskar is putting on him with the burning spear. So overall, he's still gonna be able to get his farm.
Yeah, the power of a Huskar early on is insane, and I would expect to see the healing ward. And Mushi gonna take a couple strikes to the back from FY, and they're gonna be able to pop down a ward, but immediate gobble up. They want to make sure they keep complete control over the VGR's vision.
Yeah, and Abaddon has moved all the way to top against Nyx. This is rather a strange move by him. I think Nyx is fine against Bat Rider 1v1. I've said this before. This matchup is pretty good for Nyx if you can get the mana burn on the Bat Rider. Once he doesn't have mana, he doesn't really have any kill potential on you and you can just farm the lane.
Alright, Keeper the Light goes to the first point into Illuminate. Not something we see a whole lot.
It's pretty common to get Illuminate at level 1.
Really? I usually see that early point in Mana League, although...
I mean, it depends on hero. Like, the hero doesn't have any set way of saying that you always have to get Mana League at level 1. It's always depending on the situation they're in, what heroes you're up against. And right now, they're going for aggressive lane. You can see, but Lifesteal has open wounds, so if they get an opening onto the Lifesteal, open wounds into Illuminate can possibly net them a kill. So they want to be able to play more aggressive.
A mid lane, Nono does go for the point in Blade Dance, and not going to grab up the healing ward just yet. He's been left on his own. I mean, do you think Mushi could just finish him off if he wanted to dive?
Maybe when he has boots, but right now he doesn't have the movement speed to run him down. So I don't think that would be possible for Mushi at the moment, but if you look at the CS, Jug is doing a pretty good job. 8 CS to the Huskers. Oh, Nono is going to run in with the Juggernaut spin in the mid lane. Mushi has a very fire, but still gonna go down to the right click, but Nono gonna die. Oh, still to that last 2 clicks from the tower.
Could he have aggroed that if he stayed under the tower range?
No, hard to say though, because the tower already, like,
Radiant's
maybe he
middle
expected
tower is
to be fine and didn't expect the second hit from the tower, so. But at the end of the day, he got the kill on the Huskar. So that was worth it for Nono.
Alright, next assassin goes in, YOLO to a neutral creep. Meanwhile, up top of that, and may end up burning
bottom lane,
down. Gonna go down to early and deny coming up from Miscoil, and all of a sudden Slark dies as well. We've just got a bloodbath going out. Fnatic end up dropping 3 in the span of 30 seconds.
Yeah, he got owned by the Smoke Cloud. Smoke Cloud plus open wounds.
Mushi gonna be going in, the tether giving Malzers to reach and vote back in. I think he can dive tower for this when the Burning Spear is coming out. There's no point in healing ward. They are gonna retreat. Huskar doesn't want to get too greedy there. But I think a couple more spears really could have finished off Nono.
Yeah, he still doesn't have a point. Okay, finally gonna put a point in healing ward. I'm surprised that he went for the healing ward pretty late. But that's gonna allow him to stay in the lane and continue farming against Mushi. Mushi right now has boots, and they're so gonna have a lot of movement speed to outrun the Blade Fury if Juggernaut tries to be, again, too aggressive on him. And top lane, Nyx and Bat Rider, like I said, it's a pretty even matchup. Both heroes are going to be able to get almost equal amounts of farm. Right now, Nyx is much more comfortable in the lane because Bat Rider has no more mana to harass him anymore.
Down here in the river, there's going to be a regen rune. Oh, it's Io's birthday right there. He gets exactly what he wanted. And they might be going in. Looks like they're doodle on the map. They want to go up to the jungle and perhaps look to punish, but Discontent going in, farming the mid lane. A couple of Burning Spears tossed out onto FY, but for now, we have a brief reprieve in the action.
Oh, Juggernaut is actually starting the jungle and he left the lane for FY. I guess he feels like because the wave is above the river, he doesn't want to risk anything and he feels like he's going to be under a lot of pressure to farm. And he's going to take a lot of harass from Mushi, so decides that going to the jungle is much safer for him. And bottom lane, the Smoke Cloud.
Smoke Cloud lashes up, before 3 can't go in, he can't get the shield off, he can't get the Miscoil deny either. So it looks like they are going to be able to go and get Lifestealer, a nice little kill, blinking around. It's just going to be the Abaddon falling down. Juggernaut does get denied to a neutral creep.
Yep, spent all his gold, bought a TP. Oh, he didn't actually spend all his gold, just bought a TP. DJ gonna pop the dust there on FY, but he's alone, so shouldn't be able to take down a hero. But this aggressive lane from Vici are paying dividends. They got so far 2 kills on the lane. The Smoke Cloud in plus the open wound from the Lifesteal on top of the Illuminators has managed to net them 2 kills on this lane so far. Slug at some point will need to get a BKB against the Smoke Cloud, the Smoke Screen.
Mushi all on his own, the Smoke Screen coming out. Looks like Mushi's going to be going healing up with the Inner Vitality, turning things onto the Riki, but they lose vision. And there's not going to be a TP following through.
I mean, even a Hurricane Pike on Mushi this game would be pretty nice on the Huskar. Because you want to get Dragon Lance as well, it's a pretty good item on Huskar. And against the Smoke Cloud, you want to force up top lane. Mikasa going to get killed up by the next assassin.
Yeah, they're going in. They just don't have the actual damage to finish it off. That will definitely change as the game scales up a little later.
And Nono here still continues his jungling. Really doesn't feel comfortable going back to the mid lane here, as Mushi has been constantly controlling the creep wave on his high ground.
I mean, it seems necessary for the Juggernaut, but how much is that really going to hinder his farm going forward?
I mean, jungling is definitely pretty difficult for him at this stage until he gets more points. Right now he gets an easy 10. This 10 is pretty good for him. He can clear it with a spin. I mean, but overall this is less than ideal for the Juggernaut at this stage of the game.
Down bottom there is going to be one final Illuminate to finish off the Slark, and Lifestealer should be able to crawl away safely. This is going to be a very, very effective aggressive tri-lane for VGR. And Slark, that's going to be his second death. He's really starving in terms of farm, sitting at only 21 last hits compared to the Lifestealer's 36. Is this just the lost lane phase for Fnatic?
Yeah, because VGR has chosen to pressure the lane with much stronger heroes, and in an exchange, the Huskar has been getting much more farm compared to the Slug, and yes, so far had a much better time. So we'll see how much the Huskar can do to maybe make space, because Slug can catch up in the jungle very easily with the Dark Pet later, and Huskar doesn't really have a flash farming tool. You have to be able to get a good laning phase, kill heroes, siege objectives, get Roshan.
Yeah, it seems like Huskar and Slark are both pretty big snowballs.
The bomb is coming. Lifestealer bomb.
Oh yeah, he's coming in FY, looking to unleash that. There's going to be no Radiant Vision of this. Obviously, getting down the Wisp would be a great first target, but they may have to go and just try to get Mushi down and ignore the regen. Oh, they're going to go straight up to DJ. They are going to dive tower for this. There's a rotation in from the next assassin from back. If they are able to get down the IO in time, leap back in. They go for the life break onto Noto. He's still alive. He's spinning. There's going to be the mana leak coming out. Mushi may have to sit back and relax for this one. The healing ward coming back on through, but Nyx is able to get the strike onto Juggernaut, taking him down. And now N just backing off. It looks like 3-4-3 in Ohio. Formidable duo, bringing Mushi in for the damage, means they are able to make that a 1-for-1 trade, and it is going to favor Fnatic in the end.
Yeah, great rotation there by the Nyx to salvage the fight for his team. So 1-for-1 exchange, like you said. Juggernaut for the Huskar, not too bad for Fnatic. It's gonna put the Nyx in a pretty good position in terms of battle. He has 1k go on top of his Arcane Boot, so can go for a quick blink or go for early Midas. Those are the options that you see on Nyx in most cases.
And he's sitting back. Do you think he needs to continue to pressure in the rotations, or can he sit back and farm up his blink?
Right now, if he wants to rotate, he needs to wait for his Vendetta. I'm okay with him farming when his Vendetta is on cooldown, and then when his Vendetta is up, he should be trying to help, especially the Slug, because he had a tougher early laning phase compared to the Huskar. So helping the Slug could be a good idea.
Alright, Mushi going around. I mean, he's having a very successful lane so far. 1-1-1. He forced the Juggernaut away. He made a lot of space for his team, but like you mentioned, he doesn't have flash farming techniques. He doesn't have the ability to hold on late game unless he's raking in kills left and right. Do you think he's going to start to fall off really harshly if his team doesn't match his aggression?
I mean, as long as he's not dying and continuously farming, I think it's fine. Like for them right now, they're not in a hurry that, oh, I have to fight with this Huskar now. The Huskar's not ready to fight yet. He needs to, at the very least, complete his armlet. He still hasn't got his armlet yet. So before that happens, I don't think Fnatic will be too keen to be way too aggressive on towards VGR.
Alright, VGR continuing this tri-lane, getting a lot of farm out to keep for the light. He's already going to be level 6. So he's definitely found what he needs to be successful here. FY, going to be level 5, taking over, grabbing the tricks of the trade relatively soon. And really good vision out from VGR. They've had sentry wards mid pretty much all game. They've got deep observers into the Radiant jungle. They've got sentries here to make sure there's no vision on the Riki just yet. Just a really good job making sure that this Riki feels protected, and it's turning out to be keeping him alive fairly effectively.
Yeah, so far they're doing a good job, like you say. Doing good in most of their lanes. Bear Rider is the one that is the most far behind, but it's okay for him because he can jungle and just catch up after doing some stacks, and at some point he's gonna get the dagger, and Keeper of the Light so far has gotten a good amount of experience from the offlane.
Oh, down bottom, FY getting melted down, but looks like they aren't able to go in the AoE. Not going to be enough there. 4 points in the Dark Pack, but still not going to be successful. Meanwhile, up top, you've got the Keeper of the Light mana leaking off the next assassin. He's going to pop into Vendetta and stun himself. They do have the sentry vision, but not enough damage to follow through.
But that's still pretty good for VGR. They forced the Nyx to pop his ultimate, and he's totally out of mana. He has stick charges and arcane boots up, so but VGR still knew that he just popped his ultimate, so they should be more prepared for Ohio making a rotation into the jungle or into the mid lane right now.
Mushi going through, Inner Vitality just keeping him nice and healthy as he starts to siege onto the tower. But there are going to be VGR heroes there ready to go. And you've got the Vendetta Nyx kind of scooting around, seeing what he can get done. But VGR
looking for the courier.
Oh,
It's the armlet in the courier.
it could be really big there. Can he actually catch up though? He stops Vendetta-ing and he's just going to be slow and steady. And unfortunately not able to get that snipe.
He's very close to his blink though if he wants that. I think Blink could be a very good option here for him instead of going for the much greedier Midas and a Blink later. His team relies on the Nyx to initiate so that they can use the relocate, the Husker can come in. He's like the only like disable on his team, so they are gonna heavily rely on him.
So Ohio sitting around just keeping up the farm. He's definitely slow rolling here. We are going to have FY just go and get some scouting vision, and very nice ward there for the Dire team. Very good vision. Keeping eyes on the Radiant where they're at. They know the Abaddon's going to be occupied right now, so maybe they can go start to jump down bottom. We haven't really seen a whole lot of pressure on the Slark since the very early laning phase.
Yeah, but they're still waiting for the Blink on the Bat Rider. Bat Rider hasn't acquired his all-important dagger for his team to be able to make plays around the map. And right now, Riki is the only one that can actually help them kill the Slark with the silence. So if Riki is not at the bottom lane, it's very difficult for them to kill him without Blink on the Bat Rider as well. So I think Vici will be much more content in focusing on keeping the Bat alive, playing a more farming game right now. They have to get his Blink as fast as possible for them.
Alright, we've got a Lifestealer Bomb FY walking towards the mid lane. I mean, it contains up our big old Nakes here, and he's going to be top of the net worth chart by a lot, kind of dominating the Huskar in terms of farm. And that hasn't even started the killing snowball yet. So No going to be keen to go in. They want to focus on the Wisp if possible. Again, the Ambulance Wisp can be so pesky. And FY going to be going in. There's going to be pings all over the place. DJ going to be jumped there. There's the plop. Smoke screen to hold him in place. And DJ will get hit by 3 claws of the Nakes. They bring in 3-4-3. It's going to be a little bit late. And I don't think Fnatic can continue the chase.
That was once again very good play by Vici getting DJ first. He is the hero that you want to take out. But before you focus on the Husker. Oh, he's going to jump in onto No.
That's a long-range break going back in there. That's going to be the Natalie. Mushi setting himself in place there. It's going to be the blinding light so no one else can continue the right-click damage. And now Mushi getting down very low is going to be using the armlet to keep himself alive.
Oh, that was really close for him to being able to kill them, to kill Mushi there. Mushi's going to be able to survive thanks to that armlet. Nyx has his blink. Faster than the Bat Rider's blink, so that's gonna help Fnatic try to be much more aggressive and find a pick off so they can use relocate and bring Mushi in to be a part of some of the kills in bottom lane.
Yeah. Do you think this Slark's okay? Do you think they'd need to be focusing him down more?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, they're going back in. That's going to be a relocate in from the Within Lane. The Appeal. They're going to go in on Mikasa, making sure his blink progress is delayed. They are getting successful in that. He's going to be losing a grand total of almost 300 golds, and that just keeps setting him back. This Bat Rider cannot fight with his team without his blink dagger. The longer you delay that, the more safe space you make for yourself.
Yeah, for Slug he's far behind, but he's actually not that far behind. Like the Lifestealer is just like 1k. He's a bit behind, but Slug catches up pretty quickly if his team is able to make space and allow him to farm for a few minutes to get his Shadow Blade. And towards his all-important BKB this game to deal with the smoke screen of Riki. That spell actually owns Slug very hard. So he has to get a BKB at some point, and bottom lane GDC gets Spike Heracles and pounce.
Under his tier 2 there, that's going to be a nice little snowball starting it for mid one. All of a sudden finds himself his first kill of the game. And meanwhile, FY sitting comfortable in that mid lane underneath Sentry Vision, so he knows he's not going to get revealed.
Very good play there by Ohio. So with the early blink, he's going to be able to make a lot of plays around the map for his team. Like I said, he's the only disabled, so they have to rely on him to hit his stuns and carapace so that they can relocate and kill heroes with Husker and Slark. And he's doing a very good job for his team so far. Every time Vendetta is up, he's going to be looking for kills. And yeah, Vici have to be careful and be wary of that because their initiating hero is not ready to fight yet without his blink.
Mushi going in, looking for the complete heal on himself in the backlands. You got Keep with the Light channeling up and Illuminate, just clearing out the waves. But I don't think VGR are exactly ready to go in and fight. Like you mentioned, Bat Rider, still no blink. Juggernaut doesn't really want to go back in. He had a really tough laning phase, and it's just delayed his farm that much more.
Yeah, he still hasn't picked up any items yet. Usually at this stage you will have at the very least the Yasha, the base plus Yasha, and you'll be pondering whether do I go into the Battle Fury boot, do I need the Manta to fight a lot earlier, or I go for the SMY for more HP and movement speed. He's still thinking about things, doesn't even have the Yasha yet, but he has 2k gold, so definitely needs a lot more time to catch up compared to the Lifestealer. Lifestealer is very, very fun this game for Vici.
I mean, he's already got his completed Echo, and he's 500 more gold in the bank, able to go through, finishing off this tower. There is a deny attempt by 343. He's not going to be successful, but at least he won't lose his life.
Yep, and Midon picked up the blink here. I really like the blink against the Keeper of the Light. You want to be able to jump him before he does a lot of spam with his Illuminate and Analytic, so that item is actually really, really good at dealing with the Keeper of the Light and picking him off. A Slug is always very, very strong to kill a squishy hero like Keeper of the Light, so the blink is just going to allow him to constantly pick the hero off.
Ohio just continuing his rounds. He's Vendetta up. He's got his blink. He's got his arcanes. He's got 500 gold, but hasn't really found himself a whole lot of kills since he's picked up that blink. I mean, I think with that Slark now ready to rotate, they could look for the jump. Oh, the smoke immediately revealed to go. An immediate response from the dust. The Dire team's looking for something, but both blinks away. And they seem to be able to find anything. He's going to go Lightstealer bomb. Okay, Ohio, he hits the deck. Nice job there. Lightstealer picking himself up a mega kill streak. All of a sudden, 5-0-1 for this undead monstrosity.
Yeah, this Lifestealer has been doing a lot of work for his team right now, no thanks to the Ricky vehicle that they have. And remember the game yesterday when Lifestealer's vehicle was the bounty hunter, it was like so difficult for them to initiate, but with the Ricky it's so much easier because of the blink strike. And he's just putting his team on his back right now, creating a lot of space and hopefully buy enough time for the Juggernaut to get back online.
Huskar jumps in, but he's going to regret that there. Armlet on armlet action is no-no, debating whether or not he goes in. The blinding light could be helping everyone back for now. There's going to be a leap in, a Slark able to go get that pounce. It does latch, but there's going to be the Lightstealer bomb heading out there. No, all of a sudden says your Uber driver's arrived, hop in.
Barrett is not in the middle lane though, he has to get himself towards the mid lane to help his team fight here. If they want to defend this tower, they need all their heroes here.
Looks like Vici maybe trying to go in. There will be a double man impale. DDC going to get very, very low. Will end up falling there. No more Keeper of the Light to fight, but Ohio going to grind it down. He's going to be invised up. They don't have Vici on him for now. Deep life break in, going back on through, and he might be able to help his own talking himself to safety. Will get pounced up. That's going to be another kill going their way. Ricky just sitting there trying not to die, but I don't think he's going to be so successful. Triple kill for the Slark after what looked like a really shaky engage in the mid lane. Fnatic, they managed to equalize this for themselves.
That was just not very coordinated from VCR. If they wanted to defend the tower, they needed a Bat Rider there ASAP. Like he was farming the bottom lane and his team was like, oh guys, we have to defend this. Lifestealer is very strong now, but they don't have everyone there. Bat Rider was their main initiator and Fnatic, as soon as they realized Bat Rider in the bottom lane, Nyx just jumped in, initiated for his team, and won the fight from them.
They may have a bit of a Roche contest coming through, but I don't really know if VGR can get themselves far enough into the pit to get the job done. You've got No just walking in, he's going to try to occupy their time, distract them. Roshan still has about a quarter health. It's going to be the Illuminate coming back into it. Another pounce latches. Goes into the Omni Slash. Split him on too many heroes. It's going to be Nyx. Oh wow. They're chasing him down. He's going to be hiding in the trees looking for the neutral deny. Will he be able to get it done? A bad decision goes on the kill, and that's going to be another kill coming out. Mushi. Oh, he's manning up here. He may still end up going down, but he's not able to take someone with him to get the bat down in the back lines. And this is going to be a bloody massacre.
So Huskar buys back, they want to come in for this Roshan here.
Ohio lands a double man summit. If you have the relocate game coming in, they're going to bring in Huskar. Oh god. We're going to see the blinding light coming back on through, but it's not going to be enough to save DDC's life.
Oh, that was a very, very good buyback there by Fnatic. They bought out immediately, they got the double stun. That's very good coordination by them.
FY.
Oh,
yeah, that's going to be something he regrets. And that's 5 dead on VGR. Again, there was 5 minutes on the Huskar, but certainly worthwhile if they're able to get a full wipe, mid-tower, Roshan, I mean everything.
Yeah, that was just a very good decision by Fnatic. That immediately buys back, uses the relocate to bring Mushi into the fight, and setting up with a double stun by Ohio again. So well played by Team Fnatic there. Good coordination, gets the Roshan as a reward. And VGR, so once again losing the Lifestealer once more. Like Nono was like way too early, he went in way too early, his team was not ready for that to happen yet. They were still quite like maybe 3 seconds away. If he waited a bit longer, that would have been perfect for his team.
Alright, taking a look at the overall net worth grab, still really close. I mean, within 1,500 from the 0 line. Fnatic starting slowly but surely to accumulate a lead. But take a look at the overall XP. That is huge. 7,500 in favor of Fnatic, and that's going to really start to show in terms of levels. You've got Slark at level 14. Your next highest is the Juggernaut at 12.
Yep, Slark still has a lot of unspent gold, so we'll see whether he goes for still wants to go for... I guess he won't go for the Shadow Blade anymore because of the blink. He will go for probably Skadi at this point. Most likely after the blink. That's the usual build after a dagger. You get the Skadi. Gives you a lot more HP. I mean, BKB is still very important for him, but he might delay the BKB as a third item after the Skadi.
Slark going to be going in. The smoke does end up popping. They go for the death, but there's going to be a leap away. Good one. Able to go. Uses Pounce, uses his blink, and dodges out a smoke gank with a Life Stealer and Fest Bomb. That's pretty dangerous. They might actually connect with the bomb as well. Alright. Slark went back in. A little bit greedy for him. He will end up going down. So, and is able to go through. That's almost 700 gold for the Life Stealer right now. That's a big, pretty penny.
He should have known there was a war. Like, his ulti... I don't know, maybe he was just slow. His ulti got deactivated when the enemy was around him. I don't know. But I was expecting the Slug to play a bit safer because he saw the enemy heroes around the jungle, but he still wanted to farm the camp nearby. So he just paid a price for being greedy.
Now Ohio, he's been lit up, he's sneaking around. Lots of priority on Invis heroes this game. Where do you think the first gem's gonna come from? Ohio, they go in, they start to fight, but they don't actually get a decent initiation. So VGR, they pop a dust, they pop their Life Stealer bomb, but they do have to retreat.
Bad Rider is too poor now. You want to get BKB against Nyx. So if you look at the supports, unless the supports buys the gem for him, Ricky doesn't look like he wants to buy a gem. He just wants to buy his items. So I don't think the gem will come. I think they need a gem, but not so soon. Maybe in the next few minutes once they get enough gold. But for now, they can't really afford the gem.
So, if you're Fnatic and you're running a Huskar strat, you really need to get the kills snowballing. Is this enough? Is Fnatic getting enough of a lead to hold on late game up against a Nyx?
I think it's fine though for them. They don't really need to force anything despite having the Huskar because they still have a Slug. Slug is really scary late game and it's very good versus the heroes that VGR have. Juggernaut and Life Stealer are not very good matchups against Slug. So if they can make sure that Slug keeps getting items, keeps scaling, get towards the late game, they don't really need to force anything too much. I think their late game scaling is very good with their heroes. Abaddon itself is also a very good hero late game if you get Aghanims.
He's holding on to Ohio's midlight, so I was trying to figure out we're gonna have to pass
the poor Kotl, like I said, the blink on the Slug is very good at killing Kotl because he always wants to defend the lanes and buy time for his team and constantly getting punished by the blink on Slug.
It's gonna be another exterior
his
tower.
Skadi is almost there.
Wow.
He almost has his Skadi.
And we've also got Huskar picking up the Halberd, so just getting that disarm pretty crucial up against heroes like the Juggernaut and the Nyx. And, alright, everyone's dying, and End could be in some trouble, gonna get blocked in. There's gonna be a flame break, trying to save his life, and is able to crawl up to his high ground. They're not gonna lose the Life Stealer there, that would have been a big bounty given away, but Fnatic are still looking really strong. Do they want to continue to slow siege here, or do they have to reset?
Oh, they definitely can siege. But Midwan seems like he is telling his team, I'm very close to my Skadi, try to give me the next wave of creeps. He just needs the point booster, he said. 850 gold now, so just needs a few hundred more.
Going back in, Mushi's hitting pretty hard. Flame break going in, popping everyone down, but not going to be slowing him down too much. He's going to get napalmed up, and they've got to make sure he doesn't get too low for comfort. He's using the inner vitality to keep himself nice and topped off, and I mean, it's almost like Fnatic are challenging VGR to jump. They've got so many resources to go in and back up the Huskar if he does get bullied.
Yeah, they just need to get Megan and Skadi now. Like, all his net worth is on the career now, so they need to just sell one of his items if they need to, and just get the point booster on him so they get the Skadi before the fight. So Aegis is gonna wear out in the meantime, but Fnatic right now still looking really strong with their position. Huskar just got his Heaven's Halberd, like you said. Very strong timing right now for Fnatic with their items, with their newly acquired items.
Oh, they want to go in, they want to get the start. This fight Carapace going in for Flame Break. Mikasa gonna get stunned up there, but FY drops the Life Stealer bomb and gonna get pounced on though. Again, armlet on armlet action coming back on through. Looks like in the end is the one that has to run away, as Huskar still feeling very strong. Huskar maybe trying to threaten out. Does he jump for this? He's got the life break in 1 second. Does he actually go for the full kill? He is diving deep. Look at him fly through the sky. DDC, the poor keeper of the light. So rush are sticky. And now the Life Stealer crawling back towards his face. The flame break only forces the issue. And they are able to go through and get the Life Stealer kill. The harassing Mikasa from outside the fountain. So it looks like this lane of Rax will be firmly claimed by Fnatic.
Yep, like I said, Fnatic is very strong with the newly acquired Heaven's Halberd. plus the Skadi on Slug. They're just way stronger than Vici at this point of the game, so
How'd that lasso work out for you, that rider?
it is suddenly looking super bad for VCR right now. They're gonna lose the set of
And
Rex.
the deny by the Abaddon. They're not gonna give VCR anything. Juggernaut now the only one left standing. He's just kind of farming mid. He wants nothing to do with the massacre happening over in the top lane. And no, just sitting back. Oh, it's Ancients. Neat. Meanwhile, his entire set of racks is crumbling.
Yeah, he just got a battle for it and he's in no position to fight against the Husker and the Slug right now, so he needs to be able to farm. Like, there's no choice. This is not ideal for VCR. You should have all your heroes defending when they're sieging a Rex, but unfortunately they're just very far behind in terms of net worth, and they just got farming items on the Juggernaut, so they need more items on them before they can actually defend. One Rex is still manageable for VCR, one side of Rex down. The next set of Rex, when Fnatic is gonna run in and push, they have to be able to defend.
I mean, End is pretty farmed up on that Lifestealer, but he used to be firmly #1, and now both Slark and Huskar are surpassing him. How long can Fnatic hold on to this? If for some reason VGR start playing extremely safe and cautiously, will Fnatic just tire themselves out and starve, or can they just continue their role?
You mean Fnatic holding on to their lead? Or...
Yeah. Like, how is it possible that Fnatic?
Yeah, why not? They are controlling the map right now. They're definitely going to extend and control the enemy in their base.
Oh, there's going to be the smoke screen popped up. Mid one, not even scared whatsoever, able to go through the impale latches onto Mikasa. It looks like that's going to be a very dead bat. He's pounced into place, and that's going to be a mega kill streak now for the Huskar. And FY with the Lifestealer inside, just trying to get back to safety.
Fnatic, once again, getting a pick off and going to force the Rex here. And VCR, they still don't have enough farm on the Juggernaut to be able to contest, so he has 2.4k gold, 2.5k gold. Maybe at best he can TP back and get a blink and try to use the blink to defend. But can't really purchase any big items right now on the Jug.
I mean, this Jug is just... He's trying his best to find some farm around the map, but at the cost of another set of racks, I don't think it's worth it. Meanwhile, I mean, this poor keeper though, like, he's trying to have the most defensive positioning possible, but there's so much mobility on Fnatic.
Yeah, the blink on Slug is just excellent this game in terms of eliminating the wave clear of the kickoff. Like, he just constantly gets picked off by the Slug every time he tries to defend the base, tries to defend the towers. Just not much kickoff like can do against Slug. Doesn't have a ghost scepter, so there's no way he can escape from the Slug.
Alright, Huskar flying out that courier to the secret shop. We'll see what he wants to pick up here with a Vit booster. It will be a harder run.
And just wants to make himself unkillable. At this point, he is just standing in front as a front line for his team, sieging the towers, and when Slug sees the Kotal, he's just gonna jump and kill that hero. VGR is just severely lacking in terms of farm to be able to contest the team fights at all.
Yeah, I feel like the Lifestealer maybe not making the most effective use of his time. He's been inside FY for a long time.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a choice because the Juggernaut is taking a lot of farm, and Bad Rider needs farm too. So as the most farm hero from the early laning phase, he has to be able to use it to make space for his team.
Mass pings out, we could have a fight on the high ground. FY jumps in, they are getting the Lifestealer bomb off mid one. He's still feeling nice and comfortable. He might try to turn this FY going back up onto the high ground. Mikasa just kind of flapping around. We'll just send up into Psych Therapist. Meanwhile, Vici looks for the jump there. He's throwing out spears left and right. He's getting off the flash. Slim on too many targets down. No. Might get focused down. There is to be the jump back again. Vici seems to be walking back. He's cut himself the heart. He's so survivable and has the secure and takes the lead coming out, but barely going to do a thing. It looks like even through the armlet end should be cleaned up right here. Surrounded by 3. They're looking for more. Blink away from the Bat Rider to try to stall up the action. Meanwhile, FY walking away. There is going to be a gem on the Abaddon, so they do have eyes on the Ricky Maru. Meanwhile, up in the base. Alright, Slark, I think you have to back up a little bit, or not, as the relocate team comes in. He grabs the TP from his face under his tier 4s. Oh, little buddy, no. And the GG comes out in favor of Fnatic at under 30 minutes in the game.
Is under attack. Fnatic victory!
This game is just a very well executed game for Fnatic. Finally, you've seen Fnatic making much better plays as a team. They use the relocates very well this game, with the Nyx getting a lot of pickups on VGRs. Especially the Juggernaut died a lot from the laning phase. And the blink on the Slug was very good this game against the Kotal. So all in all, just very